Cyberfrog is one of the most perfect SJW heroes or superheroes, I guess. He's definitely a very SJW. He's sort of the quintessential kind of SJW hero or superhero in that he doesn't really embody anything heroic. Um, as anyone who has read the books,
He's not even an anti-hero. He's just like a fucking kind of a loathsome thing.
he doesn't do anything though. That's the thing is that there's no heroic act that he commits in the comic. Two books so far. The second one's not even really out after being embarrassingly late. And all he's done is let the entire planet get taken over by the bad guys, then whine about it, and then give up and not do anything about it. And it took two books just to tell that story. He is a lame non hero for plebs and SJWs who pretend that they're not SJWs. And there's, as we've been pointing out in a lot of our videos lately, especially our Subscribe Star videos, of course, but even the public
To us on
ones.
our subscribe star.
Well, yeah, you know what? People should do that. Anyways,
It's a good idea.
yeah, it's a good idea. Anyways, there's a huge epidemic lately for the past couple of years of a lot of people who claim they're anti SJW, who then in practice are completely SJW in behavior to the extent that SJW even exists. It's been rebranded and rephrased years ago now at this point. Um,
Yeah, not even the left are calling themselves that anymore anyway.
no, yeah, I remember 10 years ago when we were some of the first people to ever cover SJWs, and we were the first people to really do videos about it. Um, it was something that they tried to own that was also used to mock them, and then eventually it just kind of fizzled out, and it became an embarrassment to themselves, as a lot of leftist, sort of militarized leftist ideologies do at some point, like the way communism did and became socialism in a way, or the way socialism became communism, and then they became each other, back and forth, just all that kind of shit. But the topic though in general is Cyberfrog being that kind of supposed hero who just he clearly a good representative of the creator. The creator clearly, Ethan Van Sciver, clearly
Yeah,
has
it's
no
actually
idea what a
like
hero is supposed to actually
very much
be.
like a self-insert. It's easy to say that Cyberfrog is a self-insert Mary Sue character.
Um, Not even a Mary Sue though, because he's not even competent the way a Mary Sue would be. He's just incompetent, stupid,
It's not
ugly.
even interesting enough to laugh at.
A horrible little creature is, I guess, another way that somebody else put it. Who was it who put it that way? Oh yeah, it was Ethan. But um,
Actually, I was going to say it was the fucking killer from Red Dragon.
it should have been, or maybe his mom after beating him with a belt. Did he
Yeah,
deserve it? Probably. Um,
yeah.
yeah. But the one of the that defining characteristic of an SJW superhero or an SJW hero or protagonist is that they don't really do anything heroic. They don't do anything that is even necessarily moral. And Cyberfrog embodies that perfectly without Ethan even being aware of it. And it is also clear for anyone who's really been aware, who's swallowed the red sunglasses from They Live. If you're able to actually notice human behavior, you've noticed that Ethan Van Sciver does behave like an SJW all the time. Um, and if you are in favor of Ethan Van Sciver as a person, or even his works, his comics, then you are supporting an SJW. You're an SJW supporter, whether you want to think that you
I
are
mean,
or not.
I don't like using the term SJW. First off, it's a giant mouthful of bullshit.
Yeah,
SJW.
says
Usually for
Jew is
short,
better.
yeah, for short, I usually refer to it as Seju, but
Jew.
sometimes we could get in trouble for that. So we could just, in fact, actually go with shitlib
Yes.
because that is very apt to what he is.
But also like fake conservative and that's the thing about anti SJW is it's been subverted now. The fight in that sense is over.
Again, similar to how we mentioned how the fucking left can meme. The left can't meme. Yeah, they have gun control. That's a hell of a meme.
Yeah, and it's again, it's
War
not a good thing, but it has worked. They've fucking memed that into law and taken away all sorts of freedoms with that. So while people are fucking becoming meme tarted, they're ignoring, they're not voting, they're not getting out, they're not Pokemon going to the polls or anything. Um,
That's the most apt thing you could ever say.
but focusing though on Cyberfrog and its creator and really the movement in general, because the movement could have stood up and said, pointed out accurately, this is SJW storytelling, this is an SJW character, but they don't really know. People in Comicsgate and most Comicsgate supporters, they're ones remaining. We've known a lot of Comicsgate supporters who have just straight up walked away from the movement. You see a lot of people these days saying,
That's simply the fact. That's the matter of fact is
yeah,
that a lot of people who were in on the side of Comicsgate had to leave because Comicsgate drove them away,
yeah, and we
and they
know
have to
tons of
constantly
people.
spin that.
And just the other day, somebody linked me to a video about like post woke culture, and it was talking about the corruption of the Lord of the Rings with the new show and the concept of hate watching it and the potential effect that kind of stuff. And in the chat, apparently a few people had mentioned that Comicsgate is just straight up a grift. And it's like, these are the people who normally would have been, this is your Comicsgate supporter. These are the people who would have been like, oh, Comicsgate is really taking the fight. No one really believes that. And the only people remaining who believe that are people who've buried their heads in the sand. And that's where that's why
There's
you
always
get
going to be
people
more.
funding
There's
SJW
always going to
characters
be
like
a
Cyberfrog.
few people who don't get it yet, but for the most part, anyone who has heard of Comicsgate has been driven off by Comicsgate's behavior.
Yes, yeah, other it's mainly Comicsgate's supporters and customers have walked away or been driven off primarily by the people in Comicsgate. And again, it's something that we said was going to happen many years ago, and we were just proven right over and over again.
I mean, these people also don't stick around. That's the real shame of it. Is these people have been driven out of the entire medium,
Yeah,
which is
yeah.
exactly the opposite of what should be done.
That's what was pointed out also. It wasn't people just walking away from Comicsgate. A lot of Comicsgate customers and supporters actively and openly said, I'm not backing another indie comic book at all, ever.
Yeah, there's been like a few who are like, "Oh, I came back to indie comics because of fucking Iconic, because Iconic's actually doing what they wanted, which is to fucking make an actual comic, not rip off the customers and not attack other people."
Yeah. And yeah, we just got the latest Iconic comic, the big Common America Soul Finder crossover in the mail. And the thing is, I already read it, and it's like, here's my review. It's good. There. That's all that even needs to be said about it anymore.
Yeah, I think there are people who are being like, "When are you going to review it? We don't need to review it
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, they're reliably good comics."
Yeah, it continues to remain a continuing thing, so that's always a good thing.
And
I'm
there's
in favor of that.
nothing else. There's nothing else to read. You
Yeah,
know,
I mean,
it's like
there's like manga
what
and
is it?
stuff. I could go
What
read
are any
that,
of
but
you going to do now?
again, yeah, you know what? I'm trying to finish watching Boardwalk Empire. There, that's what I'm fucking trying to keep up with. But
You know what? I'm trying to finish watching Boardwalk Empire too. I think I'm at like season 4 out of 6,
I think
and
I'm
then
still
there's
on
also
three.
6 seasons of Silicon Valley.
Oh yeah, those are short at least. Those definitely get to the point. That stuff is good.
Those are short, but also it's like, hey, I don't want to, I don't want to miss out on some of this stuff.
Hmm.
I gotta go
I'm going to
make
be
sure
on my
that.
deathbed saying I wish I consumed more media. But anyways,
But that's because we watch the best.
yes.
We have the best taste.
Simply the best. Yeah, that's the thing, and that's why we're capable. Whereas comic book fans aren't really capable. They're not smart enough. They're not good enough. We're not really anything like them. We're smarter. We're stronger. We're better. We are better.
They're not good enough. They're not strong enough, and doggone it, people don't like
Yeah,
them.
yes, certainly not. They don't even like themselves anymore because the majority of them have walked away from the movie. That's the reality. For a lot of people, don't want to see that, but there's been behind the scenes. There's been just a horrific implosion of the entire movement, and a lot of people will cope and say that the movement's growing, but it's objectively, quantifiably not. Um, but as far as the topic here, though, just we wanted to just briefly get into this was that Cyberfrog, the character, is an SJW hero, as we've basically proven. But
A
un
lot of these Comicsgate characters are SJW heroes.
yeah,
Fucking, what's his face? Fucking Hut. His story is about getting an abortion. And
well, it was
it's like,
about a space whale was going to give birth, so the hero of Comic Hut's comic has to give a space whale an abortion. And remember, Comic Hut is now a friend of Comicsgate. He's part of Comicsgate. He's
not
very
only that,
proudly.
he's denouncing like other conservatives in comics for not being conservative enough. And
But
this
then
is
he's not a
what he
conservative
considers to
himself
be
either.
pro-conservative is like a story about his main character giving somebody an abortion,
Yeah, the
a
hero is
whale
giving a
in
space whale an
particular.
abortion. That doesn't sound very conservative to me, in my not so humble opinion. Um, but anyways, as far as Cyberfrog though, Cyberfrog I think is the ultimate SJW character. He's the ultimate SJW protagonist because, well, unironically, the entire plot of the Cyberfrog comics so far is Cyberfrog gets cucked on a planetary level and he doesn't do anything about it for almost 100 pages. The end. And that's really what you get when the right, or the anti SJWs are subverted by closet leftists or closet SJWs or the closet secret woke garbage. Unironically, in real life, for real, no cap FR. Uh, Cyberfrog is woke garbage. In practice, that I don't think it's woke garbage. It is objectively in a way you can measure and point to specific examples proving it, such as Cyberfrog's actions as a character, where he just sort of sits around and mopes, and he doesn't do anything heroic. He's not a good hero. He's one of
He
the
barely
worst
does
heroes
anything at all.
possible.
It's not even just that he's not a good hero. He's not even a character barely.
He's an
You
SJW
can't even call him
character
a
made by
fighter.
an SJW for SJWs who can't admit that they're SJW, or SJWs if you want to call them. I mean, that's just the phonetic pronunciation of
Yeah, it's
SJW.
it's much easier. It rolls off the tongue much easier.
It
And
sounds
also,
good.
in a way, it just seems to make more sense when
It's
I'm fucking
it sounds right.
covering
Well, yeah,
that.
when you say it that way, it just sounds right. Something about it sounds so right. Um,
I don't know why.
what's up with that? But anyone ways. Um,
Edwin Wanese.
Edwin Winays
There's
wasn't that
also
guy?
whatever it was, a fucking
That's a person.
so many other people, fucking Blade Devil, like the first thing that we see the hero doing is mercy killing a fucking innocent person.
Or just murdering them. It's fucking. It's
Yeah,
it's
either
pretty
mercy killing
vague.
or
Um,
yeah, just outright murdering an innocent person. Either way, it's an
it's
innocent
it's
person.
vague. It's not very appealing. It's not
It's a
heroic.
bad
Again,
idea.
it's pretty SJW.
Yeah,
It's
if you excuse the
Jewish,
fact
if you
that it's
will.
not really a conservative virtue, it's kind of a shitty opening to your comic either way.
And comics don't have to have conservative virtues in them necessarily
No,
for
they
their
don't.
protagonists or villains or whatever. But the thing is, they do have to have values of some kind, and they do represent what the creator wants, if the creator wants
And if
anything.
you're good at writing, you know how to do this.
Yeah. Anyways, but that's all that's stuff that's proven.
Well,
Case
also
closed,
there was
bar
what
open.
was the other? What was the other wonderful fucking conservative virtue? Oh yeah, the fucking guy who stole cash grab away from the people who were trying to make it.
Yeah, from actual real conservatives.
Actual conservatives and actual creators stealing work from another person and then lying about it. What does the 10 suggestions say about that?
Yeah, what does the 10 suggestions have a suggestion about bearing false witness? Does it say that it's okay or something? I don't know. I guess it's a mystery. Does it say something about it? Somewhere in the back, I guess.
Somewhere in the back.
But we'll wrap up with just something from Comicsgate posting their L's, which is, by the way, the war campaign account. Now that
Yeah, the
they're
people
not
who are
war
at fault
campaign
for a lot of
anymore.
this stuff. That's the funny thing is now they have nothing else to do,
Yeah,
so their entire existence is just complaining about Comicsgate,
yeah,
and
but
so they
they
are a
used to,
useful tool.
they used to take money. Ethan Van Sciver and Comicsgate used to pay them directly to attack other conservatives. And again, that's not me guessing or supposing or speculating. That's something that they've admitted to, and they said that they did it
And
for
also,
Ethan.
again,
And Ethan, there was
we've covered
a
this.
public paper trail
This is
showing Ethan
ancient news.
paying
I
them.
know people, every single time we make one of these statements, people are like, where's your proof? This has been covered so many years ago. We don't need to show you
Yeah,
evidence
but Ethan
anymore.
himself posted the proof. That's where the proof is. It's like, you guys, don't you people in Comicsgate look at the things Ethan Van Sciver does, or do you ignore them and bury your head in the sand? If you bury your head in the sand, of course you're not going to know what the proof is because you're ignoring it. And I've noticed, by the way, people have asked for the proof, then I show them the proof, they stop responding, or they block me. That's happened many, many times
Or they
with
block me, or they
Comicsgate
come up with
supporters,
some kind of
showing,
code that
proving
allows them to
again that Comicsgate are
fucking
SJWs in
circumvent
practice.
the fucking facts that we just gave them. There's no point in doing that anymore. I don't have the time anymore.
Yeah,
I
no,
might
it's
have a while ago. I don't now.
but anyways, the again, just to wrap up real quick, was the Comicsgate posting their L's account, posting some screen caps saying, "Don't you dare like and retweet this," and it's a couple screen caps of just a guy saying, "So this is revenge for a retweet. Thanks for the honesty," and Ethan replying saying, "You're liking and retweeting everything that douche is saying, so obviously you agree with harassing Eric July,
That's
just
the
like
thing.
you
Also, the
harass
person who's
me."
replying to his like fucking pronoun is in his name, and the first thing I thought is, why is he even replying to this guy then?
Yeah, why do you even give the time? I don't give the time of day to anyone with pronouns in their name, but all of these people constantly, they fucking are clearly on the same level, but um this
It's
guy
not even a
says,
matter of like, oh, he's finally going after the SJWs. It's like he's platforming this guy. They're
but he's
glad
also
handing each
losing,
other.
like, Ethan's losing the argument against him too. Like, the guy says, "For fuck's sake,
Yes,
man, why are you quote tweeting me? I really don't want anything to do with Eric July and his fans. This is a very lazy attempt at dogpiling me." And Ethan replies saying, "You
which it is.
retweet lies from Comicsgate L's about me. You don't seem to care how that bullshit affects me." And again, as somebody said
Just
on our Discord,
so
it's
petulant.
impossible to read that without imagining a lisp in Ethan Van Sciver's game.
Yeah,
Which
I'll
Ethan Van
take
Sciver
it.
does talk with a lisp in real life. There's video clips of what his real voice is like instead of the fake voice that he
He's
puts
got to
on in his
push his voice
videos.
really hard to hide the gay lisp.
Yes, he can't pray the gay away, but if he'd even tried, he certainly didn't pray hard enough because that shit didn't work. Anyway, so yeah, we just want to do just a short video that probably upload, and if you want to see many, many, many more the deep dives and the receipts, as the Squiddos call them, with the evidence and all that stuff, and tons more information that they don't want you to know about, the truth that Comicsgate doesn't want you listening to, go to our Subscribe Star linked in the card link below or in the Subscribe Star link, but whatever link I decide to use. And it helps support us who have been telling the truth and calling it right every step of the way.
Oh yeah,
And that,
all these
again,
people who are
that's
like,
not my
oh,
opinion.
we need
Other
this
people in
fucking
Comicsgate have admitted this.
people have been like kind of screaming about this kind of shit too. It's like, why doesn't anybody do anything? We've been doing stuff about
Yeah,
this
we've
for years.
been the people talking about it, and again, we've drawn other creators coming to us, and I don't mean SJW or leftist creators. I'm talking about other Comicsgate creators have
Real
come to us in
conservatives.
private and been like, "You guys are completely right about this."
Yeah.
John
Actual
Malin and
creators.
Mike S. Miller subscribed to our channel at some
Yeah.
point.
Fucking, I can't even say he's hate following. That's the thing too, is like Ethan Van Sciver clearly watches or listens to every single thing that we do.
Oh,
I can't
no,
even
yeah,
say
that's
he's hate
that, not
watching us.
clearly. We've had people who know him personally admit that. So yeah, what does Ethan Van Sciver know that the rest of you don't? Well, you would have to subscribe to our subscribes. Again, our videos used to be in public, but we've told that story many times before of being false flagged by people in Comicsgate. If you want to hear about that one too, the story's on our Subscribe Star and why we can't post those videos in public. That's also on our Subscribe Star as well. So if you want to know the truth about anything, and including about Comicsgate, donate to us on Subscribestar. If you don't want to know the truth, if you want to stay in the dark and stay ignorant, then don't subscribe to us on Subscribestar.
Fucking ignorant that you are.
And remember what the other people in the know say behind your back should have listened to Shitty Webcomics.